The first 50 years of the Sunshine State Conference inspired champions and built a legacy rooted in excellence. A legacy built from a single sport to a conference of national champions. Threaded through geography, fueled by growth, defined by excellence. 135 team national titles, 173 individual champions, and hundreds of scholar All-Americans. Always at the top of NCAA Division II. Looking ahead, we reflect on where we started, where we are, and where we're going. The Sunshine State Conference, where success thrives.
Did you know that verbal abuse from fans, coaches, and players is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away from sports? Act with respect. Be officially human.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Here at Barron Field, another page will be written in the storied history of these two programs. Florida Southern versus Tampa, two programs who have commanded Division II since its inception. This current chapter, they're continuing it here at Barron Field in a clash of women's lacrosse powerhouses. I'm Carl Van Gelder and could not be more excited for another top 10 matchup on deck on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Number 6 Tampa is coming to town to Lakeland to face off against their longtime rivals, the number 2 Florida Southern Moccasins. The Mocs entering on a nice win streak right now, coming off 2 of their best games in program history. Tampa, they're bouncing back after opening up conference play, losing to one of the teams that the Mocs defeated in the Lynn Fighting Knights, who are ranked number 8 nationally. Tampa coming off back-to-back national championships and back-to-back seasons where they have been undefeated against Florida Southern. The Mocs, like I mentioned, entering today off of back-to-back historic games. Last game, they faced off against Embry-Riddle, the number 5 team in the country at Embry-Riddle, and what they did was purely dominant. The Mocs started off in a somewhat back-and-forth battle once it got into that second quarter where the Eagles tried to soar their way back, but right when it got to the second half, things got historic. The Mocs shut out the Eagles, one of the top offenses in the country, top 5 in scoring and top 4 in goals total. And what the Mocs did was shut them out for the first time in 4 years against any opponent, something that Tampa also did in their last matchup, shutting out the Rollins College Tars at Rollins in a 16-3 showcase of why they came in the number 1 team in the country. The Mocs will be looking to carry that offense and defense over into this matchup as the offense has slowed a bit, but the lady who has been controlling it the entire season, Jenna Vetter, is coming off an IWLCA National Player of the Week honor. 9 goals in her last appearance at home against a top 15 St. Leo team. Mary-Kate Person, she also was an IWLCA Player of the Week earlier this year, and she's trying to make a run for Player of the Year. She's 6th nationally in goals, 2nd in points per game in the nation. Now we'll see the lineups coming up on your screen in just a moment for the visiting Tampa Spartans. You can see Kirsten Zinter. She's one of the top players in the country and conference in the draw control. Helps lead this Tampa team to a top 10 rank in draw controls per game. You can see Alexa Borges as well as Peyton Howell, Sia Markowski, Isabella Avila, who has been really good this year, Grace Lichtenberger, Maddie Seeluck, Alexis Abe, Peyton Boatletter, and Jamie Demmer, as well as Mary-Kate Person and Katie Deschane. And I mentioned Mary-Kate Person, but there's another really, really solid player in Peyton Howell for this Tampa Spartans team. She was on the preseason Tewaaraton list. She was the Player of the Year for Division II last year, Attacker of the Year, and you can guess the rest of the honors that came with that coming into this year. Those were the expectations again. Mary-Kate Person, though, taking a lot more control of the offense than we saw in her second season with the Spartans. This team filled with a lot of transfers from that Division I level, and something really interesting to look at for this game is you can see number 36, a new keeper in goal for the Spartans, and Boatler. And, of course, what you've been waiting for, the number 2 team in the country, undefeated at home, looking to snap their 5-game losing streak to the reigning national champion Spartans. The Florida Southern Moccasins are getting ready to start this one off. And you can see the Kennelly sisters getting ready to come through. Colby Cohen coming through the tunnel as well. Brayden Kennelly, then Colby Cohen, Audrey Kennelly, as well as Kesey, the Lucas sisters, Riley Rivera in the starting lineup, Grace Curtin, Charlie Lay, Rebecca Bargeron in goal, Lindsay Tolliver, and Hannah Hettinger. Jenna Vetter coming off the bench to start once again, and Colby Cohen will be tasked with a big task. I mentioned Tampa, one of the best teams in the draw control all year long, and that's something they've carried through a lot of the games this season, and they haven't had too many hiccups. The Mocs, though, they struggled in the draw control in their most recent matchup against Embry-Riddle. It was just the second game all season where the Mocs did not dominate in the draw control. They had just a few less than the Embry-Riddle Eagles. The only other time that they had less draw control wins than their opponent, that was against the, at the time, number 1 University of Indianapolis side, who beat Tampa to start the season and take that number 1 ranking The Mocs then beat UIndy, but then fell to Flagler in that next game. I mentioned Tampa's dominance in the draw control, 18.9 per game, leading the country, and they rank second in draw control win percentage around 70% of the time. The Mocs have dropped to third now after that matchup against Embry-Riddle, 69.9% of draw controls they're winning. This will be an excellent matchup, and I can't wait to see how this one unfolds. First, we'll have the national anthem, and then we'll really get ready for this top 10 matchup and precursor for what the conference championship and regional championship can look like.
We ask you please rise if you're able and remove your hats as we honor the United States of America with the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Today's national anthem was brought to you by Mission Barbecue.
And I mentioned pregame how crucial the defense will be here for Florida Southern, and that's because this Tampa team has been crazy efficient when shooting the ball. 7th in the nation in points per game, 2nd in the conference with 25.2, and the Mocs have been historic like I talked about earlier as well. Less than 10 goals allowed in back-to-back games. Oh, and both of those were against top 10 opponents. That's the first time ever in Florida Southern history. The Mocs looking to carry over that defense into the matchup today. Tampa, though, they've only been held below 10 goals once all season. That one game against the University of Indianapolis, when they fell in that one. And what was their lowest scoring loss of the year? I mentioned they lost to Lynn as well. That was just a one-goal game. The Mocs will really have to be aware of Person and Howell, two of the top goal scorers and assisters in the conference and in the nation. A great 1-2 punch for Tampa, but I can't just talk about the offense for them. They have some really solid defenders as well with Isabel Avila. She's one of the top leaders in not only the conference, but also in the country in ground balls, cause turnovers, and close to the top in draw controls. She'll be someone you'll see right around that draw circle trying to scoop up the draw controls for Tampa. She has 67 on the year with 30 caused turnovers, 23 ground balls. She is someone that disrupts offense, and we'll have to see if she will be on the Jenna Vetter assignment. A number of preseason All-Americans for both sides. The Mocs with 2. Audrey Kennelly, preseason second-team All-American. Charlie Lay, the third-teamer in the preseason. Tampa with a handful of their own. One of them, though, will be on the bench to start this one, and their usual starting keeper in Savvy Barbosa. She was preseason second-team All-American and the main goalie for them last year in their national championship campaign. We'll look to see what the true sophomore in goal has in store for the Spartans. Now you can see Zinter versus Cohen, the matchup that could define this entire game. This one lofted up and corralled again by Tampa, and they'll say some contact. And that will go against Florida Southern. Looks like an early penalty there on Audrey Kennelly, and that's a quick yellow. The contact to the back of the head of the Spartan is what awarded that to Tampa. And that's Avila, the one who was able to get to it just in time to then warrant that contact.
Correction, number 5, Audrey Kennelly.
So now the Mocs already playing a woman down. Now Tampa will look to set it up. With it right now is number 50 for him, Maddie Shaluk. She's a sophomore from Massachusetts, one of the few underclassmen in the starting lineup for this Tampa side or Florida Southern side. Both very, very experienced teams. Now you can see Tampa looking to set up the offense. One of the top teams in shots and shots on goal this year. They'll look to increase that pace and really force this Mocs team to scramble and run. Fake there by Tampa. They now toss it towards X. Working with it is Pollock. And now they'll swing it here. Hedinger is guarding. Up top again are the Spartans going towards that right side. They fake. Now go back out. Trying to get past the slide. Finally do give it out. Quick find inside and the shot immediately in the back. Josie Pollock, goal number 20 for her, just creeping around the crease and rising up to get that one over Rebecca Bargeron. You can see the replay here. Tampa just continued to move it. The Mocs tried to get the defender sent over Natasha Newport, but could not get there in time. Down a woman, and now down one goal is Florida Southern. I mentioned it coming in. The Mocs have lost their last 5 against Tampa. But out of the last 6 matchups, 5 of them have been decided by 2 goals or less. Always an ever-competitive game between these two schools. Zinter able to get the initial win, but Colby Cohen's the one who'll scoop it up in time. Avila swats it away, and now she will get sent off. Let's see what she gets given. That'll be a green card for her. Remember, now the teams are even, as that yellow card, a non-releasable penalty there on Kennelly. Vetter now on the field for Florida Southern. She has by far been the MVP for this offense. And you can already see 2 Tampa Spartans right there with her. She's been face guarded ever since that game against St. Leo when she was face guarded the whole time and still tied the school record with 9 goals scored against one of the top goalies in the country. Now Vetter moving with the right, had some space. Instead backing it out, good decision there. Not trying to rush a shot early in the shot clock. Now she's going downhill. Feels the check from her side. And now the Mocs will work from X. This is Riley Rivera. She's been trusted as a true freshman. Curtin going around the crease. Now looking for the feed inside. Can't find anyone. Back up top to Bennett. Now over to Vetter. About a minute and a half in. Vetter trying to work with the right. Nice dodge. Trying to sneak through. Shot on. Jenna Vetter. 1 for 1 to start this game. Both teams flexing their offensive muscles right now. You can see Vetter with the patience, sneaking pass and finding the corner. That's goal number 38 of the year for Vetter. She's looking to find her way in that top 10 in program history this season. She has been really historic in the early portion of conference and non-conference play for the Mocs. The 2 out of the 3 best draw control teams, and Colby Cohen is showing why the Mocs are looking to regain that top spot in the country. Now you can see working with it again, Florida Southern, they go out wide. Working with it here, that's Hannah Watson. She has the slide sent, backs it back out. The Mocs still down a player. Jenna Vetter has it. The clock should be up soon here for Kennelly. About 2 minutes into this game is now Rivera got it, had it right on the doorstep, but didn't try to take a shot on goal. The Mocs back it all the way back out of Vetter. Returning now is Colby Cohen as the Mocs are back even. Vetter downhill again with the right. They send the slide. That means someone's open. Now working all the way over. They can't find her, though, is Lindsay Tolliver until she gets right there. Tolliver had the game-winning goal in the double OT affair against St. Leo. Now she sneaks through, gets it knocked away. Scooped up, though, by Curtin. And the Mocs regain it here as Colby Cohen has it. She used the pick from both teammates. Now a third is sent. Can't find the feed. Cohen, the leader on the team in assists this year. They'll call a penalty there on Tampa. That'll be a yellow, non-releasable. Another one right to the forehead there, this time of Florida Southern. Cohen, 13 goals, 14 assists entering today. Cohen has taken the shot almost every time she's gotten a chance in the free position this season. Both teams have struggled a bit this year in the free position, ranking outside the top 50 in percentage from the 8-meter. They'll back it out to Vetter and look to run the offense. Haven't seen that too much in these opportunities for Florida Southern. Now Watson tries to work inside, gets it to Cohen, can't hold on to it though. Still on the ground. Scooped up by Tolliver, and the Mocs catch a break. Now over to Watson, trying to find the Spartans out of rotation, but Vetter can't hold on to the pass. It's still rolling on the ground, flipped up in the air, still not controlled by anyone. Scooped up by Rivera, now knocked all the way back by the Mocs. A great second, third, and fourth effort there by Florida Southern. Tolliver over to Cohen now on this left side. Back up top. Vetter trying to find some space, gets it inside. One more pass. Bennett doesn't take the shot. Delayed penalty here. It should be a shooting space, and it will be. Man, I thought the Mocs would take an immediate shot there. They had a chance, but now getting an even better look. Colby Cohen will be the one who takes it. It'll be Bennett. Bennett now winds up, tries to scoop it through, but saved in the 5-hole there by Boatler. They'll look for the outlet quick. Watson guarding one-on-one. The Mocs have showed a lot more pressure up top than they did to start the season. And still circling around right now is Tampa. And Deshawn, who gave it up. Avila trying to help advance it here. The Mocs send a slide. We'll see a lot of aggressive defense from both these teams as they struggle with turnovers, ranking near the bottom half of the conference in turnovers per game. We're now about 5 minutes in. The pace has been slowed. Back over to Tampa now. They're trying to work on this near side. Good defense there by Lucas. Spinning out of that one is Person. Person gives it up. Now a chance up top again. Now they go inside, and the left-hand shot is good. Tampa 2 for 2 for their shots on goal. And we'll see that last replay. Just a nice cut there by the Spartans to find the open space inside. And you can see right there the feed and not worried about switching hands over. That one going to Peyton Howell. Last year's Division II Player of the Year. You can see why she got those honors with how that shot went. Five minutes in, 1-goal lead here for Tampa. 2-1 is the score. The Mocs and Spartans with 2 shots on goal. That one lifted up, and Colby Cohen can't find it initially as it rolls all the way towards the restraining line, knocked away by the Mocs. And now Curtin still playing some field hockey, almost scooped up by Kennelly, knocked up in the air, and scooped up by the other Kennelly. Braden the one who gets it. Now back to Audrey. Audrey gets a strong check right to the forearm, and sent off now will be Avila.
Green card assessed to Tampa number 20, Isabella Avila.
And that'll just be a green card for Avila. The Mocs now in a really good spot. Avila, one of the top defenders in the country. Vetter, you can see, they're going to double her. Try to find the white jersey that's unmarked. Vetter dancing around, toss it all the way over to Hedinger. Now Hedinger stops and looks back. Vetter has it, might try to loft it over, doesn't. Now flips it over to Cohen, who corrals it. All the way over to Watson. Back to X. Rivera with it, back over to Watson. They looked quickly but couldn't find anything. Now Tolliver has it. She's working up over to Vetter. Cohen dives in front. Now back over to Cohen. She's looking to distribute. Vetter takes a slight hop, dodges back left, still has it. 50 to go on the shot clock. Now inside, and just lost there by Florida Southern, and they will say a penalty here on Tampa. A slight check to the back there. Didn't know if that one was going to be called. That one ends up going the way of Florida Southern. Watson this year, 8 goals, 11 assists. We saw earlier on when it was Colby Cohen, they passed out of it, and that's what they'll do again. They give it up to Vetter, of course. Jenna Vetter, automatic. 2 goals for her in the first 6.5 minutes. You can see it again. Give it to the hot hand, and you can't guard that. Hannah Watson with assist number 12 of her season. Now the question for the Mocs, who have struggled a little bit on the defensive end. When you don't win these draw controls, can you find a stop? Tampa's won 1 draw control so far today. Florida Southern and Tampa has kept it clean. No turnovers for either side. Goal number 39 of the year for Vetter. You can see a lot of motion from both these teams. Avila gets bodied. And Kennelly scoops it up, gets that check from behind, and that will be another penalty. And it looks like a green card on Tampa. That one goes against Zinter. So the draw control specialist will have to take a quick breather and give the Mocs another woman-up opportunity. Florida Southern with 3 shots on goal, 3 total shots. One of those was saved by Boatler. This one will be lofted forward now to Colby Cohen and over to Bennett. Bennett has gotten a good amount of increased playing time as conference play has started. It's been a nice connecting piece for this Florida Southern team. Cohen going downhill, now over to Bennett, and she wants a shot. That one off the pole. Scooped up by Avila, and another shot on goal, but this one saved by the bar. Avila working through all the checks and gets it over, but an interception by the Mocs. What a find there by Kennelly, and she is going downhill. She has options inside, and she'll slow it back down. What a timely substitution there for Florida Southern to get in the way just in time to not allow Tampa to develop anything from that opportunity. Jenna Vetter now has it again as Bennett makes her way right back on. Bennett tries to get over. That one tipped away by Tampa. They scoop it up. Watson trying to check. Can't get contact with the stick. And now the Spartans regain it off the first turnover of the game. Back-to-back turnovers. One for the Mocs, one for Florida, one for Mocs, and one for the Spartans. And now a chance here for Tampa. They had it on the fast break. Slow it back down. Now to this right wing. Pollock gives it up top. Tampa trying to make this Mocs defense scramble. They want the feed inside, can't get it. And now they'll switch back over to the right. Instead, going back left. The Mocs playing a little bit farther back than normal. A trail check by Florida Southern helped push that one a little bit free, and now some field hockey action. Knocked away, and that will go against Tampa. A chance here for Kennelly to sprint forward. We've seen Colby Cohen take a lot of these for Florida Southern. She's not on the field just yet. Now Lucas is the one with it. She's getting challenged by 2 Spartans. She'll back it back out and look for some help. The Mocs have been the second best team in the country in clearing the ball. One of 2 teams above 90% on the season for clearing percentage. The only other, the undefeated and number 1 team in the country, Flagler College. Now Jenna Vetter has it. Over to Tolliver. Curtin clearing out the space, giving some space for Tolliver to work with the right. She's winding inside, backs it back out, and looks for Rivera. We saw a lot of Riley Rivera's sister, Liana Rivera, in that last game against Embry-Riddle. Now Vetter, downhill, poked away. A nice check there by Tampa to knock it free. Now Avila going downfield. She's a player that has scored a handful of goals in her career at Tampa, a 4-year player for the Spartans. And she's fired up after drawing that penalty on Lindsay Tolliver. Just under 5.5 to go in this first quarter. They'll loft it all the way over to that left side. Now moving forward with it is Person. She gave that one up. Tampa trying to get behind X. That one almost lost by the Spartans. They still corral it. Now back up top. They fake the long shot. Now try to go right at the doorstep. The Mocs just unmarking the Spartans there, and they still scoop it up. Person's the one that got it. The Mocs fell asleep defensively, but got lucky. Chance again here for Tampa. They got 55 on the shot clock. Right wing, pump fake right from the edge of the 8. Now back over to Person. The Mocs rotate just in time. Charlie Lay on her, and they will call a penalty here on Lay. Shooting space on her. Person in her breakout season has been one of the top players in free positions in the country. Bargeron still looking for save number 1. Lucas coming in just inside the 12, now backing over to the 8. Just in front of the GLE. And now we'll see a pause in action here as the refs have some discussions. Lay, who committed the penalty, now back behind Person. And Lucas relocating. Person will take the shot, and that one is right through. Tampa regaining the lead, 3-2 with 4:07 in the first.
Goal for Tampa number 26, Mary Kate Person.
Person now nearing that 50-goal total on the year. That was her 48th of the season, her 68th point of the year. The Mocs have found a way to find possessions because of the draw control. 2 turnovers now for each side, but are still struggling to stop these possessions on the back end. Bargeron has taken over that starting goalkeeper position over the last few games. It was an open competition with her and Ansley Flint to start the year. Now both Kennelly sisters charging in. They try to get to this one in time. It's still on the ground. Avila spinning through, somehow gets it, and that one looked like a high stick. It wasn't. Colby Cohen is the one who scoops it up. Cohen drops it back. Kesey's the one closest to it, and now she'll scoop it up. Avila is trailing, and now she'll give it over to Charlie Lay. Charlie Lay in her 5th year with the program. Kennelly getting across midfield, still needs some more help. The slide is sent over, and Lucas gets it. But we saw Kennelly get tossed into the Tampa sideline. We'll see if that'll be a yellow or a green card. That'll be a green card.
Green card assessed to
Still a 1-goal lead here for Tampa. Julia Lucas playing a little bit more offense than we normally see from her. She's played a lot more of that midfield role than defending. Looks like it'll be Colby Cohen who will bring this one out of that positive play. She'll look back to Hettinger. Hettinger working towards the left, and she'll flip it over to Lay. Lay now in the offensive zone. One of the first times at home this season that she's done that. Now it'll be tossed over to Colby Cohen. Around 70 seconds to go in this shot clock. Vetter stutter steps now working right. Tampa making sure to have their eyes on her. Lindsay Tolliver with it over to Cohen. Cohen trying to sneak inside and flips it back out to Rivera. Rivera now over to Vetter. She thought about the long shot. Instead, now we'll pass it all the way out of Cohen. She dodges. Right hand is no good. That one going just wide of the goal. And the Mocs trying to get there, and it will stay with Florida Southern, it seems. The Mocs thought about passing short. Now go long to Vetter. Inside out move by Jenna. Now over to Watson. Right back. Give and go. And that one way too high by Vetter. 21 on the shot clock. Pause at 19. Now we'll see a chance here for Grace Curtin. She scored some fantastic goals this year. Her first start of the season, she had 4 goals. And now we're waiting for another pause in play. It looks like it may be a correction to the shot clock. So 2:19, 18 seconds to go. Not sure what, or 2:22 now. And we get another whistle. The shot clock was accidentally reset. We're making sure all the equipment's working up here. Going through everything. Don't forget, we got men's lacrosse after this one, too, at 5 p.m. Florida Southern almost beat the number 14 team in the country, St. Leo, at St. Leo on the men's side, losing by just a couple. And now are returning home against Lynn at 5. Now the ladies back in action, try to go inside, and that one is just tossed away. Vetter makes sure that the defender can't get it. And now Vetter just has to take it herself. Vetter, sidewinding shot in. She can do no wrong. Jenna Vetter just doing everything she can to will this Moccasin offense forward. Very reminiscent of what we saw against St. Leo. She is carrying this offense. 2:08 in the first. It is tied 3-3 now. Another goal scored by the undeniable MVP of this season so far. 3 goals for her on 4 shots. Only one of them assisted. That was by Hannah Watson. That's kind of the recipe we saw early on in the season. The Mocs really reliant on that ISO creation. Now have worked a little bit more towards working the ball around, but sometimes you just have to play bully ball like Vetter did there. Cohen, another draw control win. Another strong contender for one of the most valuable players in the conference. Now Julia Lucas has it, gives it up to Bennett. She stutter steps. The slide sent again by Tampa. They loft it all the way over now to Kennelly. A nice fake as she'll look for a pass forward. Can't get it to Vetter, and Kennelly has some wheels of her own. She's going downhill, has some green grass in front of her, and now Vetter has it, and we'll see if the Mocs slow it down. 90 seconds to go in this first quarter. 55 on the shot clock. Riley Rivera sitting behind the crease. And we will see a 3-second violation on Tampa. Good job luring the defender in there by Rivera. Free position here for the freshman. We saw her capitalize on one of these at Embry-Riddle. Now another chance. Taking her time, but that one's knocked away, and we will see another penalty here on Tampa. Rivera with another chance. Freshman looking for her shot, and she gets it. Goal number 4 of the game. The Mocs regain the lead with 57 seconds in the first quarter. You can see it again here. She starts off patient that first attempt, and now she goes right at the Spartans. Bouncing that one stick side low, and just too low for the sophomore to stoop to it. The Mocs now with 8 shots, 5 of them on goal. Compared to just 3 shots, all of them, though, finding the back of the net for the Spartans. Draw control has been huge for Florida Southern. And we will return right to that draw circle. We saw some different faces in there for the Spartans. And now returning there again has been their specialist all year, but Cohen does not care. Colby Cohen scoops it up and tosses it back. She missed some time in that last game. She got shaken up early on, but she looks right back to her usual form right now as Danielle Moshe making her first appearance of the game. Moshe, a senior for this Moxon team, and she can really energize this offense. Under 30 to go in this first quarter. The Mocs just making sure they hold on to it, but Moshe gets it knocked away with the trail check. A chance here for Tampa. Fast break opportunity, and the person you don't want to have the ball has it. Person showing the experience, the graduate student for the Spartans, and she's looking to just hold it. Or is she? She tosses it over. Now a chance and saved by Bargeron. What a way to pick up save number 1 of the game. What felt like an almost guaranteed goal for the Spartans, and Bargeron saying none shall pass. What more could you want from this one? 4-3 Florida Southern and the number 2 versus number 6 matchup at Barron Field. Welcome back. 4-3 is the score right now in the second quarter of action. The Mocs have the lead right now over the reigning national champs. And right now they're starting off with the ball thanks to Rebecca Bargeron, who came up with a huge save in that last moment of the first quarter. You can see it again here as the Mocs try to start possession. Just a great save, reacting there just in time from the shot from the preseason player of the year, Peyton Howell. Now a chance for Hettinger over to Jenna Vetter. She'll launch it all the way over. A dangerous pass for a second, but Kennelly now makes it across that timeline to get the clearance for Florida Southern. First appearance for Luis Alloy. She was a major contributor early in the season. Her minutes have dwindled a little bit, but still a player that can change the game in just one pass or one shot. Vetter now dancing a little bit with it as she's continuing to be guarded here by Deemer. The Mocs now, Lindsay Tolliver, one-on-one action. Tries to sneak through, and that one goes right past the keeper. Lindsay Tolliver gets that one to go just off the side of the net there for Boatler, and you can see it again. Just dodging one-on-one. Slide sent doesn't matter. Send 3 next time because 33 gets another goal to her total. Tolliver now with 18 goals on the year. That puts her second on the team in total goals. Fetter just in front of her, with Luis Aloy sitting in third with 16. Now lifted up in the air and almost got in there by Tampa. The Mocs again with a chance to get a hold of it. Now 3 black jerseys around, but still it rolls the way of Florida Southern. Unbelievable how the Mocs continue to just find a way to get these. Tampa's done a good job of, even when they don't initially get it, they're swarming the ball, but right now the field hockey game is going the way of the ladies in white. Riley Rivera going back and forth, feed right through. Grace Curtin just sneaking around the crease, and what an unbelievable pass, and what a finish there by Florida Southern. You cannot draw it up better than this. Look at this, back and forth, and then somehow sneaking past the goalie's stick, the next defender sliding through to get in the way, and then Grace Curtin, of course, getting the finish there for Florida Southern. And now we'll see a new face in that draw control circle. Mary Kate Person can do it all offensively. Now let's see what she can do in the draw circle. We've seen this from a lot of teams this year. The Mocs with 8 draw controls compared to just 1 for Tampa. And the Mocs looking to make it 9. Looks like Cohen took a hit, but now Tampa might have found a good recipe for success. And now a penalty wanting to be called there by Avila, but she doesn't get the call either. No love lost between these two schools. 6-3 is the score after 2 quick Moxon goals to start this second quarter. Tampa looking for responses. The Mocs with a nice rotation on over. They'll send it to this right side. Hettinger staying aggressive. Now they'll rotate over to this left side. Trying to hold on is Tampa. They'll run out. Now they'll look to reset. Around 50 to go in this shot clock. Mary Kate Person, one-on-one coverage. They try to go inside. Lost there. A little bit too much speed on that pass. Working around again is Shaluk. She gave it back out. Working from the GLE now is Tampa. They'll toss it back up top, sliding down for Florida Southern as Howell now has it. She tries to give it out. Lost by Tampa, but still corralled by them as the time is ticking in the shot clock. Under 30 in this shot clock. They'll have to work around. They want to get a shot off. Can't. A nice slide set there. Brooke Kesey gets in the way. And that will be a penalty on Kesey. They'll say a shooting space. And now a chance in the free position. Tampa ranked 73rd in the nation in free position percentage. 39% of these they convert on. Already did earlier, and they'll do it again. Taking the immediate shot there was Olivia Jacinto for goal number 5 of the year. She has 18 points on the season to pair with her 13 assists entering today. And those 2 goals to start this second quarter. Just now noticing Barbosa actually came back in the game here for Tampa. Their preseason All-American. So now each Tampa keeper has allowed at least 2 goals. Their save percentage just 143 right now. The Mocs at 200. The offensives have run this game. Luis Aloy still in this one for the Mocs. See Harper Muma in as well. Some faces coming in for the first time of this matchup today. Ava Hawk also in, as well as Natasha Newport's return. Lifted up, almost caught there by the Mocs, and that one knocked away. Avila can't get a hold of it, and that was because of a nice trail check by Kennelly. Kennelly spins back and now looks to toss it away as Ava Hawk has it. Hawk feels the pressure, knocked away by Tampa, and scooped up here by Kesey. Kesey trying to play some keep away now as the Mocs are scrambling a bit. Vetter pointing, trying to help direct traffic here as Newport showing some of the speed we've become very accustomed to, but she throws that one away. Corralled now by Tampa, and they're just winding through this Moxon defense. Chasing forward right now. Almost swatted away, but they still hold on. Myhall with it. She's the one that advanced it all the way forward. Got that cause turnover, and the check in the back will warrant a card. This will only be a green card, though, against Florida Southern, as Charlie Lay will be coming off. A 2-goal lead right now for Florida Southern, 4 minutes into the second quarter. It's now a woman up opportunity here for Tampa. Back wide. Person. Up top again. Wide open from the right. They fake inside, back out once more. Rotating through here is Tampa. The Mocs trying to find a way to stay in front. Now a long shot opportunity, and they will call a shooting space. Audrey Kennelly just caught in a bad spot there. Easy call there for the referees. Another chance here for Jacinto. She scored that last free position. Five shots on goal for Tampa, and they'll take this one out. Surprised Jacinto didn't shoot that one. The Mocs weren't offering too much pressure against her. Tampa wants to find some real offensive rhythm here in this 2-goal game. Now back to X. They move to the left now. Person fires that one. And Bargeron with save number 2 of the game. Bargeron staying strong in goal as she'll give it up to Kesey. The Mocs trying to work through this tough midfield. As now it looks like Natasha Newport, she turned it over last time trying to find a way through, and it looks like a whistle will be called, and this will go against Florida Southern. Newport holding that one right in front of her face, trying to find a way to work it across. The Mocs right now struggling to clear it, something we haven't been able to say pretty much at all this season. They've cleared it on just 50% of their clearance opportunities today. Lofted all the way over and just out of reach of Riley Rivera. Now we'll go to that left side. Back up top here is Tampa. Person walking it up. She's working a lot more from the top of the key. A different spot than we've seen for the start of this game. She's guarded by Hawk. They'll swing it again. From X. Still waiting. 50 on the shot clock. Henninger guarding one-on-one, trying to wrap around. Can't get past her. A nice slide sent there by Isabel Lucas. Now another chance working around the crease here is Tampa. They go to the left side with Person once more. Myhall gave it up, and now Person working off the pick. Trying to back down, can't get through, and now they have to work quickly. Howell has it. She gives it back up top. They want to find inside. Can't. 20 seconds to go. Tampa all the way up top again. Nice defense by Kesey for a second. They work through, and that one somehow gets past the Mocs. Tampa just passing it around, find that slight inch of space, and then find a way to just sneak past. A nice spin move there, and just lofted right over Rebecca Bargeron. Only 11 seconds left there in the shot clock. But the Spartans finding a shot just in time. Person returning to the draw circle. Muma helping on the perimeter, as well as Charlie Lay. The Mocs changing the look right now. That one tossed away by Person, and now will be scooped over towards her by Avila. And Tampa, they found something to work here against Colby Cohen. Cohen trying to defend now, still with that draw stick, as Alloy has to pull back. Tampa looking for some type of help, and now they'll find it as they give it up to Shaluk. They'll go towards X, looking to tie for the first time since the first quarter. And they found success when they've slowed it down a little bit against the Mocs. Try to rush it there, and Hettinger swooping in to get that one. Now Natasha Newport looking to find a clearance. Newport has an option with Alloy. She sees her, and now will give it up. Alloy over to Lindsay Tolliver. Around 7 minutes to go now in this second quarter. 1 goal lead for Florida Southern each side with 7 shots on goal. Jenna Vetter with it. In no rush. She's continuing to be guarded one-on-one by Deemer. She gave that one up. She'll set the pick. Now they'll look for the slip. Can't find her though. Tolliver trying to work with the right. Right now, Tampa glued to their assignments, not switching too often. Deemer still guarding Vetter. Vetter dodges right. Now a slide is sent. She'll give it up to Rivera. Bennett trying to leak inside. Can't find her. Now over to Tolliver. She tries to run through, and that one's knocked away, but they will say a penalty there on Tampa. So a chance for Lindsay Tolliver. She found that game-winning goal against St. Leo from this left hash. Let's see where she decides to go here. She'll go straight at the keeper, and that one will be saved by the preseason All-American Barbosa. Her first save of the game. Bring it up now for Tampa. That's number 42, Alexis Aby. Aby gives it up to Shaluk. Shaluk feels the slide sent over towards her, trying to check. Was Tolliver, and now the Mocs a little bit out of position. Tampa trying to go right around that crease again, working through X. They go towards the right side. Hettinger coming back on the field, not in time. Things are back even at 6. We saw the Mocs go on a run of their own, and now the run has returned to the Spartans. We're even for the first time since the first quarter. You can see just nice rotation, working right and rising up for the shot. Shaluk shooting that one.
Now in goal for the Mocs, number 47, Ansley Flint.
Ansley Flint will now be coming into the goal for the Mocs. I mentioned it was a battle early in the year where we saw the Mocs switching at halves and even sometimes at quarters between Flint and Bargeron. Now the Mocs also looking to change some things up in the draw control. Tampa has won 2 of the last 3. So now Liana Rivera is the one in the circle. The Kennellys are back on. Rivera likes to lift it up, use her height. She's 5'10" and normally uses that frame. And now Tampa, they win it on the violation from the freshman. And they'll look to race down. Avila's the one has it. And she's not afraid to shoot. She'll give it up, though. Tampa, they don't want to waste any time trying to catch the Mocs on their heels. Tampa has it now as they'll try to work left. Now towards X. Back to that right side. Now they want to work on the left. Swatted away for a second, but Kesey can't scoop it up. Falling down here is Tampa, and that's not a penalty. Some contact around the crease, and it ultimately is scooped up by Flint, the true freshman for Florida Southern, standing 6 foot. Now back to Kennelly. 4.5 to go in this first half. That has been back and forth from the jump. The Kennelly connection there to get the pass just past midfield, but still looking for the true clearance. Lindsay Tolliver will get that. Tolliver walks it forward. The Mocs are trying to take a deep breath to regroup here. Louise Alloy on this near side. She's rotating up to offer for Vetter to toss it over. Doesn't end up getting it as they'll work left to Lindsay Tolliver. Tolliver uses the pick. Another pick set there by Bennett. Now 3:50 in the second. Alloy, the D1 transfer, working left, inside a curtain, and maybe just an extra pass there. Alloy had a chance at a shot. She'll swat there, and now finally corralled by Shaluk. She has been so huge for the Spartans. Barbosa with the short outlet now as Tampa will trot forward. Lindsay Tolliver trying to guard as Tampa winds back forward. Lichtenberger the one who advances it, and she still has it. The Mocs forced to have to get right in her way. That was Charlie Lay that slowed down that fast break. Now Florida Southern working back on the defensive end, shutting down that movement from X. Tampa dodges, tries to go right, flips it away, but can't flip it into the net of a teammate. Scooped up by Florida Southern, and now a chance for the Mocs to try to regain control of this first half. Harper Muma calling for some help, feels the check, and gives it over to Kennelly. Now over to Julia Lucas. Another slide sent here from the Spartans. Harper Muma cradles it and now tosses it to the other side. Braden Kennelly's the one with it. She'll charge forward. Has some options to her left if she wants to launch it to Tolliver. Instead, we'll give it up to Alloy. Alloy, one of the deciding factors in the opener in her first career game at Florida Southern. And the Mocs win over, at the time, number 11 Wingate. She had 4 goal contributions in that game. Talk about a good start to a career. 2 minutes. Now over to Alloy. Alloy looking to energize the offense once more. Gives it over to Vetter. Tampa trying to rotate back over, and they do. Vetter winds up, and that one just too high again. And they'll say this one going to the Spartans. Moshe back on the field here for Florida Southern. And we'll get another whistle. 96 left in the first half. We'll see Deshawn start it off, and she'll give it up to Avila. They'll flip it forward now, trying to get that clearance once more, and they will. Audrey Kennelly, the closest one, as well as Julia Lucas. They try to send a slide. Almost works for a second. Getting run over was Harper Muma, and that's an easy call on Mary Kate Person. 70 seconds left in the first half. One more shot is needed to find a way to get up at half against the Spartans for Florida Southern. Natasha Newport trying to bring it across. She'll get it over to Colby Cohen. She's been a great point guard for this Moxon team this year. So now Tolliver will have it and walk for a second as the Moxon reinforcements join the fold. Jenna Vetter now sitting behind and waiting for her teammates to work in. She's been mostly a scorer this year, now looking to facilitate. The Mocs clogging up that CSA. Pick set there, rolling down, and Lindsay Tolliver wide open, can't get the shot to go. 10 seconds after the save by Barbosa. And that will likely end this first half of action. 6-6 is the score, and what has been one of the top rivalries in all of Division II lacrosse, and especially over the last 5 years. Both teams perennial contenders, and it's looking just like it again this year. We'll take a break here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network as the Mocs are tied as they host the Spartans.
The first 50 years of the Sunshine State Conference inspired champions and built a legacy rooted in excellence. A legacy built from a single sport to a conference of national champions. Threaded through geography, fueled by growth, defined by excellence. 135 team national titles, 173 individual champions, and hundreds of Scholar All-Americans. Always at the top of NCAA Division II. Looking ahead, we reflect on where we started, where we are, and where we're going. The Sunshine State Conference, where success thrives.
This is what's called a vicious cycle. Fans yell at officials, more officials quit, fewer people want to be officials, quality of officials goes down, more fans yell at officials. Be a part of the solution. Act with respect and be officially human.
4 after winning 8 of the first 9. Caused turnovers and turnovers have been a factor, but they've been pretty much even with how this game has swung back and forth. So far today, though, we have seen another excellent first half from Jenna Vetter. 3 goals for her in that first quarter of action, and that carried all the way through that second quarter where she was slowed a little bit. We saw goals from Lindsay Tolliver, Riley Rivera, and Grace Curtin as well. 2 assists on the game for Florida Southern, 3 for the Tampa Spartans. The Spartans with 6 different goal scorers to account for all 6 of their goals. They have 3 assists, all from different individual players as well. Number 6 versus number 2 in the Mocs. Coming back to this one in that draw circle with Liana Rivera, the freshman from Colorado. We saw her get a lot more run against Embry Riddle when we saw Colby Cohen slow down a little bit, and she slowed down slightly against Mary Kate Person, who has slid into that draw control spot, something we haven't seen a crazy amount from her this year, but that's also because Tampa hasn't found their way in too many close games as a top 5 team in scoring margin in the country. Rivera looking to win that one and knocking it away from Avila, and that will be a penalty there on Rivera. Green card going against the freshman. As now Tampa looking to run that offense immediately. And they'll have to slow it back down for a second. As I mentioned, the green card going against Liana Rivera. Ainsley Flint still in goal here for Florida Southern. She came in with about 5.5 minutes to go in that first half. Boatler got the start for Tampa in this game. Barbosa came in relief for her, the usual starter for this and last season. Now a chance here for Tampa. They thought about the long shot. Now go right and towards X. They'll continue to rotate it around. Shaluk had it. Now they switch all the way back over. That one's given up once more by Tampa towards X. They'll work outside the 12. Another chance here for the Spartans. And this is what they do. They just quickly move this around. Right when you get out of position, they try to fire it away, and that's what they're doing right there. A kick save by Flint. What a save by the freshman, trying to ignite this Moxon team as field hockey is commencing on the field right now. 60 seconds, shot clock reset there. And now they'll go all the way back out. Tampa thought about shooting it, now rotating right again, and that one, I think, was poked away by the freshman once more. They'll try to go quickly right towards the 8. A strong check by the Mocs, no whistle. Moving again here is Tampa. They'll swing it. Howell has it. Last year's Player of the Year gave it up. She'll get it right back. Kesey's the one guarding her. They sent a slide with Julia Lucas. The Mocs just roaming around right now as they've returned to even from their former woman up advantage for Tampa. And now a lot of contact from both sides. No whistles are blown as the Mocs are trying to race right back down the field. Charlie Lay, the one leading the break. No one in front of her. She has an option to Cassie Miller. She gives it up to Miller now. Back inside. Lay lays it through. Charlie Lay with her first goal of the season, and in no bigger game. Running the break, give and go, give it a second, and find the back of the net. Lay, one of a handful of players that has played in a game where the Mocs have beaten Tampa, and she is trying to will this team forward. Took about 2 minutes to find the first goal of this second half. And man, the excitement has not stopped. Person against Rivera still. We'll look to see if Cohen returns. We've seen this for stretches, but last game we did see Rivera completely take over the draw responsibilities, and there'll be another penalty on Rivera. She has had issues going early this year, and we see it again there. The draw totals coming back to close to even. Now just 3 is the advantage for the Mocs in draw controls. A penalty, and it looks like, I think they'll say an offsides. Not sure. I didn't see a check there that looked like it was making contact with anyone, but I must have missed something. Couldn't have been offside, so a green card awarded there to Hannah Watson. Tampa now has it once more. Man, just look at this passing. Working around the crease, trying to lift up to get the shot, and that one right through the 5-hole. The freshman couldn't react to that one in time. And Tampa not letting the Mocs enjoy their lead for too long. We're back even at 7s. You can see just wrapping around. You knew she wanted to shoot it there. Flint knew it was coming, got the contact, but just didn't get enough to get it out of harm's way. Now we'll see that matchup we've seen a lot recently back in that draw circle. Lifted up, Rivera gets it for a second, falls down, and a penalty now against 2. This one will go against Tampa, and I believe Mary Kate Person. A green card awarded there to Person. The Mocs now a woman up. Both teams not afraid to show some extra physicality, and we've seen that continue here in the second half. Jenna Vetter's the one who initiates this. We saw her take a lot more offensive responsibilities, especially with starting these opportunities in that game against St. Leo. Lindsay Tolliver now slows it down. She'll walk it forward and give it over to Grace Curtin, right on the edge of the 12. Now feed inside. Bennett can't smoke that one through. She tried to get that quick stick through, couldn't get it. Now in the crease, trying to get to it, and leading to a whistle there was Watson. And that one almost turned over by Tampa, but they'll scoop it up just in time. Watson trying to check, got caught off balance, and now Curtin trying to find a trail check, and the Mocs can't get back to stop her. Again, here is Tampa. They try to go inside. The Mocs understand the assignment, get in the way, don't allow a free shot there for number 1, Josie Pollock. She scored that opening goal for the Spartans in the second half. Still tied at 7s here is Howell has it. Back towards X. Henninger's the one that's guarding. Now a quick cut inside. Howell. Howell finds a way to go with that left once more. The preseason player of the year with her second goal of the game. You can see it again. Just great cutting here by Tampa. The Mocs fell asleep defensively, and that one opened up. A late reaction there by the Mocs in defense. You can't do that against this Tampa team. We're seeing that similar starting lineup for the second half for the Mocs with Cassidy Miller still on. Josie Bullock assisted that last goal, her 5th assist of the year. That was goal number 35 for Howell. Contact from behind, and Person may have to take another break. And no, it will not be Person. It will be number 21 for Tampa, and Lichtenberger. Jenna Vetter will start off this possession. Tolliver coming in for the Mocs. Spartans trying to get their numbers right. Person coming back on with her new stick. Watch to see if the slide is sent. Now all the way over to Tolliver to get that quick clearance. She'll give it over to Curtin. Right on the edge of the 12 once more on that left side. Now Rivera tries to work in. Looks for some help. Strong challenge there by Avila. Spinning through. Shot is good. Looking like a ballerina there for Florida Southern, but tiptoeing the line too much. A foot must have gone inside the crease there to take away the fantastic shot by Watson. So Tampa's still with the lead. Now Avila's running forward. The Mocs need to get a stop here. Cannot let Tampa gain more momentum. 10:20 to go in this third quarter. Person gave that one up. My Hall with it. Now Howell, working left. She started her career at Louisville. Came to Tampa as a sophomore and has been part of a lot of winning, but so has Audrey Canelli. She swatted that one away, tried to keep it with her, and Pollock is the one who got it. So now we got under 10 to go in the third. Kesey's the one guarding all the way up top. Person stutter step guarded by Newport. Newport, the Iona transfer. A lot of D1 schools represented here for both of these teams. Now back over here for Tampa. They work right. Go behind to Pollock. They want to go inside. Kesey with the stick in the way. And they will say contact to the head. A tough break there for Florida Southern. Kesey was trying to get in the way of the pass, but running right into where her stick was Jenna Myhall. Myhall with one assist in this game. First shot and first goal. Now a 2-goal lead here for Tampa. Their largest of the game. Quick rip and going to the opposite side there. A lot of Florida Southern teams taking on Tampa right now. Men's baseball picked up a win at the #1 University of Tampa Spartans baseball stadium yesterday. And what was a pitcher's duel, 3-1 was the score. Advantage Florida Southern. And despite Florida Southern being the higher ranked team, they need to find a way to pick up the upset at home. In a game where they're down 2 right now. Avila trying to make her way in. Harper Muma keeps swatting at it. It's still on the ground. Brady Canelli knocks it away, and it's still moving. Canelli loses it. She knocked it away, scooped it up, lost it, and now Harper Muma gives it up to Cassie Miller. Miller feels the check. A strong check. And now Newport whips it all the way over. Charlie Lay taking a touch like it's soccer. Now Lay, she feels the check right on her forearm. And Howell will be sent off with a green card.
Green card assessed to Tampa number 12, Peyton Howell.
2-goal lead right now for Tampa. And the last 2 matchup between these two schools have been decided by that number. Last time Florida Southern won was almost exactly 2 years ago today when they won 11-10 at home. Now inside, just past Tolliver. Colby Cohen scoops it up. She gives it back out to Vetter. She pump fakes the slide sent in time. Bennett trying to sneak through. She wants it, but the Mocs can't find the feed. Lindsay Tolliver back to that corner. Now working through. Watson takes the shot, but saved. Bennett gets the rebound. 60 seconds in the shot clock. Now Colby Cohen has room to work with her left if she wants. Rivera gets it. Now over to Tolliver. She ducked away from the ball, and the Mocs lost it. A squandered possession there by Florida Southern. Under 8 minutes now in this third. So a lot of game left. Shaluk trying to sneak past two Mocs. Kennelly's guarding her, and they will say this one will go against Kennelly. A check to the forearm, and another woman up spot here for Tampa. Audrey Kennelly coming back on, as well as it looks like Isabel Lucas. Sierra Markowski close to Shaluk. It looks like she wants to get the quick find, and she'll be the one that initiates. Now back from X. They fake the pass inside, go back up top to Pollock. They'll swing it once more to that right side. Some more quick passing here from the Spartans. They fake, now go right. One more pass. And again, Tampa just running that offense, and a great job there by Flint. Heads up play by the freshman keeper as she'll loft it all the way over to Charlie Lay. Charlie Lay trying to bring it across. Now back to Hettinger. Now to Newport. Newport stops. Tosses it back to Hettinger. 70 on the shot clock. The Mocs have struggled against this midfield of Tampa. Stopping and spinning back around is Cassidy Miller there to get some space as the Mocs bring it across that restraining line. Now it's Jenna Vetter. She took control of this game early. Cassidy Miller on the right side. She's going downhill. Looks to feed it off. The Mocs with a lot of bodies around the crease, but no one is open. Just staying stagnant right there. Not a recipe for success. Now Vetter has it. We haven't seen her from X too much. She tries to loop around that one off the top of the goal. And we'll look to see. It looks like it'll stay with Florida Southern. Newport has it. That's Bennett. Fake from Rivera. Now inside, and the Mocs can't get another pass. They have struggled to find those entry passes, and it is hurting them right now. Vetter uses the pick, stops, pulls it back out. Now another dodge. Working inside, fires, and another one off the pole. She's on the ground, and now possession goes to Tampa. Vetter still on the ground here for Florida Southern, and it looks like she is shaken up. And that is the last thing Florida Southern needs to see. We'll take a break here as we hope that Vetter will be up sooner than later. And she's now standing up, but head athletic trainer Reginald Mungrew coming over to check on the Moxon star. Now Vetter making her way off. Laying down probably out of a bit of frustration. She was looking for a penalty call. Did not receive one. Looked like her mask may have been knocked off. Tampa this season 8-1 in games where they score at least 10 goals. Mocs need to find a way to slow down this attack that has woken up in this second half. Downhill is Shaluk. A strong slide is sent. The Mocs have to hope there's no whistle. Almost a whistle-worthy play there, and it's still on the ground. Newport scoops it up. She gets rid of it, and Charlie Lay now has it. The Mocs showing some added intensity as Vetter went down. Maybe that's what woke up this team. Charlie Lay looking for some more offense. She lofts it over. Fake shot. One more pass, and that one just thrown away. And we will see a stoppage here, and it looks like the Mocs will be taking a free position. Grace Curran has had some fantastic behind-the-back goals. That one was off, but they'll say because of the contact. Curtin, when healthy, has been a major contributor every season that she's been able to play here at Florida Southern. She'll give it off, though, this time to Bennett. Moshe back in the game here for Florida Southern. I still don't see Vetter. Miller uses the screen, working right, and that one swatted away. A big play there by Tampa, and Miller trying to save it, but instead getting the whistle blown. A huge stop there for the Spartans. The Mocs were knocking on the door, but Tampa padlocking it shut for now. Tampa centers it as Julia Lucas tries to charge up. She wants the trail check, just missing there. They loft it forward. Ooh, that one almost a whistle there as Natasha Newport doesn't get it called on her. And these ladies are playing physical right now. The refs are letting them play. A trail check by Newport. This one's on the ground. Field hockey time. Ava Hawk scoops it up. Still on the ground. Someone needs to get to it. And somehow Tampa and Howell get there first. Now Tampa looking to slow it down momentarily to set up their offense. Myhall was the one who brought it towards that 12. And now circling forward with it is Kobach. Back over, they switch sides. They want a shot, and that one sneaks past Flint. The Moxon bench, with their hands on their head right now, they need to find an answer.
That's a Tampa goal for number 3, Jenna Myhall.
And you can see another one where Flint is able to get first contact, but can't stop it from rolling into goal. Now a 3-goal lead. Continuing to extend their biggest lead of the game here is Tampa. And we still don't see Colby Cohen back in that draw circle. Rivera has done a good job of taking care of business here for the Mocs. As Tampa now going back to Zinter in the draw circle. A timeout taken here by Tampa. A 3-goal lead for the number 6 team in the country as the number 2 Mocs need to find an answer. Welcome back. The Mocs have the freshman Rivera in the circle. She has stepped up big for them the last couple games. They are winning this draw control battle right now, 12-6. Tampa has struggled in games where they can't control the draw, but right now they're controlling the offense. 4 goals for them compared to just 1 for Florida Southern in this third quarter of action. Both teams were tied 6-6 entering this second half, and right now the Spartans are in the driver's seat. I see Vetter on the sideline. She's standing clapping for her team. It looks like she'll look to come back on as that one is scooped up by Kennelly. She is racing down. The Mocs must have said, do not waste time. We've seen them play a little bit slow in this second half, trying to find their rhythm. But right now they're going to try to charge forward as Moshe is the closest one offering help. Hannah Watson's on We still don't see Vetter back on, but we see Bennett. Moshe, a really good option here for the Mocs. We saw her get a handful of goals early to start the season at home for Florida Southern. And now Riley Rivera sitting right behind the goal in X. Now goes inside and a quick shot. Quick goal. Again, Curtin stepping up.
That's a moccasin goal for number 25, Grace Curtin.
You can see the Mocs do this a few times every game. Quick in, quick out, and you can give as much contact as you want. Curtin is undeterred. Now we're back to a 2-goal game. The Mocs need to find some more control. They won that last draw. They're 10 for 13 on clearances. Tampa is perfect, 10 for 10. One more turnover for the Spartans than the Mocs. The Mocs with 2 more caused turnovers. Everything is pointing towards a Mocs advantage outside of total saves. 2 more for Tampa as both teams with 13 shots on goal. Grace Curtin with goal number 14 of her season. We saw Rivera get assist number 10 after picking up goal number 10 earlier today. Now Tampa picks up the draw control as a slide sent right over to the potential SSC Player of the Year. That one swatted away by Kennelly, rolls out of play, and it goes to Florida Southern. And it looks like a card here against Tampa. It should be green. Didn't look like there was any egregious contact there. And no, it'll be a yellow. I don't know if we got that last replay. I thought the swipe taken there by Tampa was missed, but they got contact to the header neck area based off the signal. A good job drawing that one by Audrey Kennelly. Both teams have taken a beating in this one. A number of cards going both ways. The Mocs starting off with a yellow card in the first few seconds of this game. And we'll wait for the go-ahead whistle. The Mocs looking to get one more closer here in this 2-goal game. We have 1 minute and 30 seconds until the 4th quarter. The Mocs will need to take a shot. Can't hold it for possession. As Brayden Kennelly still looking to clear it. She now will give it all the way up. And now that's Hannah Watson. Quickly, Rivera. Curtin going inside. Colby Cohen downhill, doesn't get the shot off, and that will be a shooting space. We got 70 seconds now. 63 on the shot clock. We've seen the Mocs pass out a lot from here today. That's something they haven't done much all year. Let's see what happens from Cohen. Second on the team in points. Top 4 in goals. And that one is just skied. The Mocs look to be the closest, and they are. They get it now, give it up to Curtin. She wants the shot, and that one's saved. And we saw a penalty inside the CSA there, a delayed penalty, and that's Cassie Miller writhing in pain on the ground. We've seen some real physicality here from both sides, but right now it looks like the Mocs might be getting the worst part of it. First Vetter down, and now Miller. 2 players that have stepped up big for the Mocs this year. It looks like Miller was holding her back. It looks like she'll stay in the game. We still haven't seen the return of Vetter. Vetter now back on. This is her first return to the game. So we look for the discussion here from the officials. Doesn't look like anyone's getting sent off. Or someone was. I'll look to see if I can get who that was here. Maybe it's just Avila. It's the only one still sitting in that yellow card we saw her get to initiate this possession for Florida Southern. Colby Cohen still with the Mocs. We're playing a woman up. Cassie Miller loses it in the Mocs. Almost wastes the possession. Colby Cohen showing some more of that draw specialist skills right there. Under 30 to go. 38 on the shot clock. The Mocs can hold it if they want. I feel like they really need to try to get a look on goal. You can't stay complacent against this Tampa team. Colby Cohen, back over. Watson now, Under 10 to go in this third quarter. Vetter, I think she'll hold it. That should be the decision here. And that's exactly what it will be. The horn sounds, and we will head to this fourth quarter. Tampa, 10. Florida Southern, 8. Don't go away for what could be a precursor for the Sunshine State Conference Championship. Welcome back. 2-goal difference between the two top teams in the Sunshine State Conference. Since the inaugural season, only Florida Southern and Tampa have won the conference tournament, 4 apiece for each side. Tampa's won the last 3. The Mocs looking to find a way to regain that crown, and a way to start is Jenna Vetter. Downhill, shot, and that one's right down the middle. An easy save there for Tampa. The Mocs showing quick urgency there. Not sure why they fired away immediately on that last chance. Had a really good look, but wish they could have drawn that up to close that last quarter. And now moving forward again, here is Tampa. And knocks down was the Spartan, and that's an easy whistle there. And I think we might see a yellow card. Nope, it'll be a green card. Good for Florida Southern that one sticks at just a green card. Some strong contact throughout this game. A lot of players getting some grass stains from getting knocked down. The Mocs have had the same amount or more shots on goal in each quarter of action today. Tampa has found a lot more help in goal since the switch back to Barbosa. Mocs need to find a way to hunker down here as Tampa spreads it around that 12. Person almost gets the shooting space, delayed penalty, and that's what they'll call. A chance here for Tampa to regain that 3-goal lead. Just 57 seconds in, as clock's still ticking right now. We're over a minute in to this fourth quarter. Flint still in goal here for Florida Southern. The true freshman going against the graduate student. And that one will be knocked away. I believe Audrey Kennelly got a piece of it. And now she'll get the pass back from Hettinger. What a play there by Florida Southern. And now Braden Kennelly will be the one with it. She'll loft it all the way over to Hettinger. She won't have too much space to move forward, and Colby Cohen gets it. Cohen dodging through 2 defenders, and now she'll move towards the green grass ahead. 2 more shots on goal for Florida Southern. Rivera just loses that one, and that's another pass that the Mocs just lose on their own accord. Chance here for the Spartans again. The Mocs in defense looking to get reset. They'll have it here. Person switching over. Just staying on her feet right now is Myhall. Far side again is Tampa. 60 on the shot clock for them. Winding as Charlie Lay pokes that one away. And still on the ground. That one's just rolling. And that will be a penalty on Tampa. Cassidy Miller looking to initiate this one, and she will just run forward. The Mocs don't really have too much help for her, as she is just fumbling with the ball right now. The Mocs calm down for a second as Audrey Kennelly tosses it over to Kesey. Back to Audrey Kennelly. All the way forward. Louise Alloy back in the game. She has been a big calming presence for the Mocs early in the season. Looking to regain that footing here. We saw her get some run in that first half. First time seeing her in the second. Now Hannah Watson all the way back out to Jenna Vetter. One-on-one action right here. Myhall's guarding her. Vetter! First goal since the first quarter. She has put this offense on her back all season long, and she got the switch she wanted. See it one more time. You can't guard this. The Mocs back within striking distance at Barron Field. Jenna Vetter with goal number 41 of the season. Return of the battle. Herson versus Rivera. The Mocs bench loud right now, cheering on Rivera. Both teams star-studded. Some of the best teams in the country. That one bounces and Audrey Kennelly gets a hold of it. Kennelly gets the check, still holds on, and now gets the clearance. She's looking for help, somehow holds on to it, and she's grabbing her knee. That is not a good sight there for Florida Southern. We saw 3 players crashing in. It didn't look like a dirty play or anything like that, but Kennelly just taking a misstep. And she's making her way towards the sideline as another Moc is shaken up. Danielle Moshe back on. It's good to see Kennelly able to walk off under her own power. She's someone the Mocs need to hope and pray can come back into this game. And this has been a battle between 2 schools that, like I mentioned in the open, have a storied history across every sport, and especially women's lacrosse. Florida Southern winning their last national championship in 2016. Louise Alloy feeds inside, and that one's knocked away again by Tampa, but they get the scoop and score! An unbelievable sequence. Hannah Watson keeping Tampa on their toes. And look at this. Alloy tries to get the feed. Great defense, but better offense. Hannah Watson doesn't give up on the play. And the Mocs are back even. 10-10 is the score. And it is a brand new game with 11:18 to go. What more could you want from this matchup? A number of different players picking up goals, picking up ground balls, and picking up a major impact in this game. Now back to Mary-Kate Person and Liana Rivera. We didn't see them as the first draw control players in this one, but now Person will scoop it up in what has been a battle in the draw circle. Person charging back down, looking to regain control of this game for the Spartans. Back over now for Tampa. That's Price. She loses it on the ground, trying to keep it alive, and that will go. Let's see. We'll stay with Tampa. The Mocs wanted to get a turnover there. Ends up staying with the ladies in black. They'll loft it all the way back over to their leading scorer. Now switching back over to Schlick. She has been excellent. Guarded by Newport. And now rotating around is Tampa as they throw it away. Oh my goodness. An uncharacteristic error there from the number 6 team in the country. And the Mocs will pick it up following the uncaused turnover. And now a chance for the Mocs to grab this game by the horns and just find a way to get their first lead in a while. First, they need to get the clearance. Howell is following Kennelly. Braden Kennelly still with a lot of space in front of her. She can work forward if she wants. Instead, makes the right decision, gives it up to Danielle Moshe. One of the many experienced players for this Moxon team. The true freshman, the one with it right now, though. Riley Rivera fakes, dodges, inside. Alloy can't get it. Another great job poking it away by the Spartans. Both teams with incredible fight in this one. Barbosa launches that one all the way forward, almost thrown away. Watson trying to scoop it up, knocked away, and that one goes back to Florida Southern. Newport dodges the 2 checks as she gives it back now to Charlie Lay. Double-digit turnovers for both teams as Danielle Moshe advances it forward. I see Audrey Kennelly on the sideline right now, standing. It looks like she may have a chance to come back into this one. Not too sure. Harper Muma returning to the action for the Mocs. As the Mocs swing it around right now, just past the restraining line. Alloy loves this ISO creation. Watch her with that left. Inside. Quick shot, and the Mocs get it back. The lead is back to Florida Southern for the first time since the start of the second half. Hannah Watson. Such a big impact in this one. 3 goal contributions, and all of them in the biggest of moments. 8.5 minutes to go. And what is another top 10 matchup in this gauntlet of a schedule for both teams. Tampa, the 6th top 10 opponent of Florida Southern this season. That one knocked away and controlled here by the Spartans. And now working forward here is Tampa. They win the draw and they win the clearance as well. Avila is getting hounded right now by Florida Southern. The slide sent and she sneaks through. That will be a penalty on, let's see, a green card sent over. I think that'll go on the recent returner in Audrey Kennelly.
Green card assessed to Florida Southern number 5, Audrey Kennelly.
Jenna Myhall This one started back up. Howell has it. And the Mocs are playing really deep in that CSA. That one wide open. They drop it, though. Tampa struggling with these passes just like the Mocs did earlier. But a check right after the drop pass will give this opportunity to Tampa. Alexa Borges, a transfer from Marist, another one of the many graduate students here for Tampa. She has it, going against the freshman Flint. Instead, goes out, and now Howell has it. Setting up the offense again is Tampa. They trust their system. Back out now. Continuing to swing it around the horn. The Mocs are back even. Kennelly has returned. Now they try to flip it all the way back. They fake it. Now at the top. To the right side. 45 seconds on the shot clock. Back all the way out. The Mocs know how important this possession is. Newport. She's the one standing right outside the crease. Now she's the one pressuring. Pollock has it. Fakes in and goes back out. 25 seconds to go on the shot clock. Watch the pace increase now. Howell knows she needs to get a shot off. Last year's Player of the Year gives it up. And a nice slide there for Florida Southern. Now Person trying to work through. Backing down, and that's a charge! Florida Southern picks up one of the hardest plays in women's lacrosse, getting the feet set and the turnover. Natasha Newport trying to wind through this Spartan defense. And a timeout. Florida Southern. 6:05 to go. 11-10 is the score. The number 2 team in the country. Up right now. Watch this play by Florida Southern. One of the biggest plays of the season, and you can see getting right in the way. Kesey finding a way for Florida Southern to get possession back, going against some of the top players in the country. And the Mocs showing that they should get that same recognition. Colby Cohen will start this one off. The Mocs 3-0 for the Spartans in this fourth quarter, similar to the start we saw from Tampa in that third. Tampa won the third, though, 4-2. Florida Southern needs to continue to try to dictate this fourth quarter of action. Now Audrey Kennelly has it. A triple team nearly sent towards her. As now another dodge by her, a high stick. She gets her head out of the way. Doesn't receive the contact there, and continuing just a weave through the ladies in black. Louise Alloy has it. Danielle Moshe now with it. And over to guess who? Jenna Vetter. Colby Cohen gave that one up to Watson. Now over to Moshe. This is the trusted lineup to try to close this game out. They've come in the most crucial of moments to get the Mocs back even and now back up. We have 5 minutes to go. And the foot has to stay on the gas for each side. Watson circling around the crease, dodges inside, and now tosses it back out to Cohen. Jenna Vetter. She's been the hero so many times this year. Gives it up to Moshe, scoops it in. That one is saved. Barbosa, a great reaction to get that one. Sticks side low, just not enough juice on the shot from the senior, Moshe. Avila now will look to advance it. 20v20 matchup right now as Hannah Watson comes over to try to disrupt her advancement. Now Alloy playing some defense just out of her reach, and Avila drops it. Still on the ground here. Rivera trying to work from behind that restraining line. And I don't know who that's going to be on. I think it has to be on Newport. And what are they calling? Is that one on Avila? And they are. They're calling that one on Avila. The Mocs catch a lucky break there to get the ball back. Newport dancing through. Colby Cohen spins. Nice move there. Gets the double sent. Scoops it up off the ground ball. Tossing it back to Kesey. The Mocs really trust their defenders and advancing it on these clearance opportunities. Audrey Kennelly's calling for it. She's past that restraining line, but a risky pass would have to follow to get it to her. Danielle Moshe easily gets her way across the restraining line. And now watch for the Mocs to slow it down momentarily to get their troops back on. Charlie Lay returns as well as Hettinger. They're off your screen right now as Vetter, the focal point of this one. Vetter dodges inside. Now works back left, back right. Now weaving through, stops, works left again. Really great defense by the Spartans. One more pass, Alloy can't handle it. And continuing to do a great job here is this Tampa defense. This is textbook checks here from the Spartans. Shaluk trying to advance it forward. Cradles it past this Moxon defense, and she's trying to run all the way through. Shaluk trying to get it through, and that one somehow around the crease, bouncing around still. It's a scrum on the ground, and this one still up for grabs on the ground still, and finally lifted up by Tampa. They will call a timeout to make sure they can catch their breath and find a way to try to get back even. 11-10 is the score in this top 10 matchup at Barron Field. One goal game, 2:23 to go. The stands are filled here for this storied rivalry. 63 seconds on the shot clock. 143 left in the game. The freshman Flint in goal for Florida Southern. The junior Barbosa, the preseason All-American, in goal for the Spartans. Starting with it is Person as she gives it up to Howell. Now Tampa trying to run whatever they drew up. They swing it around the back. They want to get it to Person. The Mocs send a triple team. And now Howell has it with some space. She gives it up. And the Mocs rotation is staying strong. Back up top. Shaluk had it. Now they go to the GLE. 2X. Person has lay on her. One of the best defenders in the conference. Lofted all the way up, and that one is out of control. Still flipped up in the air here. Hannah Watson, can she get to it? Yes, she can, and she gives it up to Riley Rivera. The Mocs with a chance to run forward. Lindsay Tolliver, one more shot! Through contact, Tolliver with another goal to put the Mocs in position for one of the biggest games of the year. Tolliver had the option. She doesn't need it. All she needs is one shot to get the Mocs up 2. "97 seconds left, and we are back in that draw circle. The last matchup between these two schools took place in Tampa, Florida in May of last year. The final score in that one, 12-10 Spartans. Right now, 12-10 Florida Southern. That one lifted up, and Tampa will get it. They have a chance to get within one here. And we will see a quick pause and play. Hannah Watson returns to the field with her teammates. Avila now initiating some offense, and she'll look to give it up. The Spartans now go to X. And what are we saying here? A whistle for shooting space. The Moxons can't believe it. A huge opportunity here for the Spartans to get within one. Still 60 seconds left in this game. That is a lot of time. And we've seen both teams pass out of these opportunities throughout this matchup. You have to bet the Spartans are taking this one with the first shot they get. Coming up right now will be Caitlin Price. She has not found a ton of goals this season. Just 1 goal and 1 assist entering today. She takes it, and it's knocked away. Florida Southern knocked it away, and it will go the way of the Mocs. They try to run with it, but the penalty is called, and the Mocs will have to slow it down for one moment. You don't have to tell them twice. As little time that can be left is what's best for the ladies in white. 49 seconds to go.
Green card assessed to Tampa number 19, Sia Markowski.
A green card assessed to Sia Markowski. So the Mocs now a woman up. And Kennelly has it. The Mocs will be playing keep away. The shot clock is not a factor. Kennelly to Watson. And the Mocs get it past midfield and now past the restraining line. She gives it up to Vetter. Under 30 seconds to go. The Spartans just watching in awe as Florida Southern has secured their first win against the back-to-back national champions in 736 days. The win streak for the Spartans has been snapped by the Mocs. 12-10 is the final score at Barron's as the number 2 team in the country goes 4-0 to start Sunshine State Conference play as they search for their first conference crown in 4 years.
Is Tampa 10, Florida Southern 12. We thank you for attending today's contest.
The Mocs have a lot left to give this season. Next game up for the ladies will be on the road against Palm Beach Atlantic. Their last home game of the regular season will be against the Florida Tech Panthers on April 14th. The biggest win of their season has come at Barron. They started off with a huge win against UIndy, and now they handed the Spartans their third loss on the season. I'm Carl Van Gelder. Thank you so much for tuning in to this one and what was a can't-miss matchup between two of the powerhouses in Division II women's lacrosse.